Take me down to the fighting end. Wash the poison from off my skin. Show me how to be whole again. 'Cause I'm only a crack in this castle of glass. Hardly anything left for you to see. For you to see. For you to see. For you to see.
Hello. We meet again. This feels like deja vu. I think I was here last Thursday. It's great to see you guys. How's everyone doing tonight? We have another first impression. I'm very excited. Without further ado, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Arshan. There he is.
Hey,
The man,
thank
the
you
myth.
again for having me. I'm excited.
It's a pleasure, my guy. Look at this. What do you think?
I like
Pretty good,
it.
right? You like that? You never lose it. You'll never lose it. Oh, so what have you been up to since the last time I sniffed your scent?
I mean, hard at work on two things. It would be, well, maybe three things. Two fragrances are in the works. Well, this one that we came out with, another one in the works coming up, hopefully in a few months. Fragrance Fest, and just this business as a whole. Pretty
So
much.
you've been busy making
my life.
moves.
Yeah.
This is very exciting. Your first launch. How did you feel about it? I mean, this was a big deal for you. It was years in the making. I remember talking to you throughout the process and personal conversations, and then one day, boom, it's here. Here we are again.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. You know this. It's cool to say you have a fragrance,
Absolutely.
and the coolness doesn't go away when the next. You never get over it. The next
No,
fragrance comes out, and it's still
your name's
cool,
on it.
and it's still exciting, and that's basically how I feel. I think something that I've mentioned before is with how good the first one was, the fear is how do you make another one that's also as good or better or
Sure,
still great?
sure.
And I feel like I did that. So, well, not me, my perfumer, Chevalier, who may be watching. Shout out.
Chevalier, that's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I hope she is. Hello. Hello. So listen, man, they're kind of like they're your babies. They're like your
for sure.
kids. You're very proud of them, and you're also kind of terrified. You worry, what are the people gonna think? Are they gonna like the other one more than this one? Especially when it does well. Reminds me of like when an artist comes out with that big, album that sends them into the stratosphere, and it's like, okay, are we ever gonna do it again? Are we gonna become
For sure.
one-hit wonders? So I'm really excited. Um, I'm a gourmand fan, and that's the one thing that stuck out the most. I've never had the Persian ice cream. I'm still looking for it, but I enjoyed.
There's a place I found in Chicago. It has the Persian ice cream. It has Zoolbia and Bamieh.
So I can try both.
Right. I've never tried. I mean, they're not always going to be all exactly the same, so
Right.
I can't vouch for it. But you're going to get a basic idea no matter where you get it. So definitely you can go there and you can try both.
Well, I'm excited, and that sounds like something I got to put on my list. And then I would imagine when I go there that I'll apply the fragrance and see if I could kind of channel it. You know what I mean? So this
Exactly.
Persian ice cream, right? It's you had me at ice cream,
Mhm.
right? Oh, do I? I do. How nice is that? So this new one,
Mhm.
I don't want to Zoolbia
So this is what I tell people.
break
Zool, like the demon dog from
Ghostbusters
Ghostbusters.
Zool
Bia.
Bia
So put that together, Zoolbia.
Zoolbia.
And then and is in English.
Right. If I mess that up, we
Right.
just end it. And
Balm, like a lip balm where the L is
Bam
silent. And yay.
Bamieh.
Yeah. So Zoolbia and Bamieh.
Zoolbia and Bamieh. Wait, Bam
Yay.
yay Bamieh. Kind of like yay. If you well,
Exactly.
can we
There you go.
talk about yay? Anyways, yes, Zulia and Bamieh. Okay, so this is exciting. I'm looking at the full bottle right now, but I would imagine you have a bottle with you. Would you? Would you happen to have a bottle?
I do, but the picture, the fancy picture on the website might be better
Might
to
be
show.
better.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Well, I am going to
And
share
then
this.
then I can actually show them what Zoolbia. I was going to look for a picture and I said, oh, I have a picture I took myself that's on the website. So we can use that.
Even better. Okay, here we go, and there it is. So, love the bottle design. Very classy, very luxurious. Tell me, tell me about the kitty cat.
Uh, the cat, listen, I'm gonna reveal a secret to you all right now. There is a logo change in the works.
There is.
The cat was meant to be a Persian cat. This is what
Okay.
happens when you hire someone else to do the
Okay.
job. I made it, I was excited about it, and then I stared at it for months and said, what is off about this? And I realized it's just a white cat.
Right. Not
So,
much of a Persian cat.
right.
This could be anyone. This could be Anna Marie's cat from down the block.
So
Right.
I have gone to work and I ended up drawing a Persian cat myself. It took a lot of work because I'm not an artist, but I came out with a really, really good, awesome logo that'll be coming out soon. That being said, I have a ton of these labels, so sales like the one that we're going to talk about today will be great for people who want it at a
So
lower price and get these labels out.
there you go. If you want the Caucasian cat, if you will, right? It's not. To be fair, it's not a Persian cat. It's just your run of the mill white kitty from down the block. But it's a cute cat. It's got stubby little legs.
For sure. I mean,
However, I
I
like
call
it.
it vintage kitty for now.
Let's call it
I
vintage.
feel like it'll always have a place in our history. Maybe I'll release shirts once in a while,
Sure.
reminding people of where we started. But definitely, there's a much cooler logo in the works. I'm really excited about it.
So when it came to the bottle design, of course, I would imagine that took a long time to figure out, right?
Yeah. And what's crazy is one of the early times that we were backstage, and we can talk about it because this is my own conversation.
Right, right.
I
You're in
remember like the
control.
first time I shared, it was a group of people that are people that I trust, like are my closest friends probably backstage. And I said, hey, so I'm working on a perfume house. And I just like picked up a bunch of bottles that I had in my hand. And then I was like, right now I'm in the bottle stage trying to find what's a good look.
Of course.
Um, what I ended up going with is this sort of vintage, I don't know, vintage is the right word, retro, luxurious look.
I would
It
say
has to
so.
have gold in there because Persians love their gold.
They love their gold. They love their
Um,
kitties.
but I also really like the sort of 80s Lux style
Absolutely.
bottles because if you'll note, some of the earlier designs of shirts that I have were really 80s inspired, and I don't have them. They're all sold out right now because they have the old cat
The
design.
fat cat
But
design. Right.
but one of the things that I'm really leaning into as a theme, as the aesthetic for the brand, is 70s and 80s. 70s because 70s would be like the last era where Iran, which is the main area of Persia, was free before the Iranian Revolution that kind of unfortunately changed everything. And then the revolution was in 1979. A lot of Persians escaped the country and went all across the world. And that's when you would see in the 80s, the Persian culture really spread around the world. So
Mm.
in my mind, the aesthetic is, I'm going to be leaning towards 70s and 80s. Right now, I'm very much in the 80s. As I mentioned, the first fragrance had a John Hughes inspired story behind it. And I think this one, I sort of did that too.
It's a little John Hughes-esque, a little
Yeah,
date, love it, first bite, first
right,
sight. What do you
right,
think? Um, and I think that's awesome. I think
right.
that's really creative. I know you have like a very big love for nostalgia and pop culture and media, just like I do. So it's kind of cool to channel that nostalgic factor and put it into a fragrance. I think that's awesome. Um, I think the bottle's classy. It is retro. I guess we would use that term retro, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's fancy. It's a
right,
fancy, eye catching bottle.
right.
Just the cap alone is very very eye catching. Speaking of, I feel like how did this get here? Right?
Right.
So it is very beautiful. Very beautiful. Feels good in your hands like it should. But let's enough of this fragrance edging. Let's talk about this scent. The boys are back, Mel. I was a big fan. Persian ice cream. I thought it was excellent. It was a great winter scent, especially in this cold climate. It's just, I mean, it's still 47 degrees and it's May. It's May 1st. So this was warm for me, right?
Mhm.
47. This one, is this another, is it versatile? How would you
So I gotta tell you,
categorize?
I think the first one was very versatile. It hits
Yeah.
different in different seasons, but when you think of ice cream, most of the time you're having ice cream in the
Summer.
summer.
Yeah.
So, but it does it. I was lucky. I planned it originally. I was thinking summer fragrance. My perfumer Chevalier has some really great summer gourmands. Summertime. I think I'm gonna send you sometime down the line. I'm gonna send you some of her stuff, and we'll do another
Okay.
stream of
Yeah,
that.
I would
But
love to
she
try
does
it.
really great summer fragrances. So what I had in mind
I
was
love a summer
for
scent.
Love and Bastani to be a summer gourmand, but what came out was a really versatile fragrance, and that's what I feel about this one too. Again, we have a really versatile fragrance
Okay. Very
coming
excited.
into summer, but I got it around the cooler temperatures. It's still kind of in California. We're still in the 50s and
Yeah.
60s, which for us is the colder
That's
times.
cold, right?
Um,
Your
so I
cold is
think
my
it's still
warm.
hitting well. I also think when it heats up, it's going to be really interesting.
Correct, Dan. Well, I'm excited, man. Let's get into this. Now, you know me. I
Mhm.
think I would imagine by this many years and all of our first impressions and decades, I think you know my taste.
Mhm.
Between us boys, do you think I'll enjoy this?
Listen, I don't want to give too much away.
Okay.
I feel like this wouldn't give it away. Prep yesterday, he described it a certain way, and this is on point. This is what they describe it to Americans when they're describing the food. And he said, to him, it smells like a Persian donut. So I would imagine you're going to dig it.
All right. Listen, you had me at the ice cream. Now you had me at the donuts. I'm gonna put it on. You ready?
Let's
Do
do it.
you recommend like a certain spray amount? I mean, is this cooking? What do you think?
So
2 sprays?
listen, I'm never good with that because I have oily skin. Two, I'm a 3 to 5 spray max person
Me
usually.
too. Yeah, that's
So
about what I do. I'm
I
gonna
think
do
I
yeah.
think just a couple sprays would do good, but
Okay, here we go. Ready?
yeah. But I do tend to overspray my own fragrances just because when you're obsessed with something, it's hard to stop.
Okay, so right off the top, it's like a rose bomb, immediately floral. Um, Years ago, and shout outs to George. I'm not a rose fan.
Right.
Never been a rose fan. Some florals on my skin, they come off very, I'm going to use the word pissy, and it's hard for me.
Mhm.
Like 1 million cologne when I had applied it, I go, there's something in here that's a little stinky, but I like it. as the years have gone on, I've learned to appreciate it more.
Mm.
Um, so there's nothing old lady smelling of this floral. This is a very soft, nice. It's rose water,
There
correct?
you go. Yeah.
It's so Julissa has a setting spray
Hmm.
with her makeup,
Hmm.
and it smells. It's rose water essentially,
Yeah.
and I immediately was able to pick that up. Immediately applying this, it's soft. It's kind of rich. It's rich in a way. It's a little. May I say buttery? It's
That's a fair. When we get into the notes, I
let's
wouldn't say that's off, but it
okay.
makes sense why you might get that.
Yeah, it's just got a I have a little on my wrist. I have a little on my jacket. And I'm going back and forth. Like I said, right at the top, I get a rose water, which is very nice, very soft. It's very relaxing,
Hmm.
very comforting kind of opening, which I like. I like fragrances that make me cozy, that are kind of comforting. Like, what is it? Is it the rose water? Is it the rose that comforts? I guess, right?
It could be. To me, this has been the more like seductive scent of the two.
Okay. So it's sexy.
Hmm.
It not when you say seductive, it is a bit like I associate the rose with like romance, romantic kind of date, I guess you could say, which is now
Sure.
going
Yeah.
into okay. So I see it 100%. So break down. So as far as the rose goes in your in your story in your John Hughes, where does that come into play?
I mean, okay, so in this one, I built a story around the fragrance, but really, it's such a specific food that we just it had to smell like the food. It had to
Sure.
smell like the food tastes. So it's less that in this particular story they bonded over the love story. They bonded over Zoolbia and Bamieh. So
Okay, it brought them together. It brought
right,
them together. So a donut. A donut is that doughy? You were saying prep set. So I've never had a Persian donut. I've never had Persian ice cream. I'm uncultured. I've never had any of this.
so
However, it's very good. So
so
let
fried dough is one of our notes, which
absolutely
is why I think you
it's
make it
dough.
that buttery.
Buttery, buttery. That okay? There you go. The buttery was the dough. It is. It's in it. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, it's got like the dough, the rosy dough, if you will, dosey dough. I like this one, and this is versatile. By the way, there's nothing that's like, oh, I'm only gonna wear this in the cold weather. I think because it's spring, this would be perfect, especially with the rose water. It's a little like sweet. There's a sweet undertone. Like once you get past the rose, which on my skin is really what I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of the rose. I do smell like I don't like using the word sickly because it may turn people off. Not in a gross way, but like a sickly sweet, kind of like a thick sweet scent. Does that make sense?
Right. So there's basically we list three notes. It's the Persian golab, which is rosewater,
Hun-
the fried dough, and then Persian saffron syrup.
a syrupy, sweet, thick scent.
And what's
See, I'm
really
back.
cool is both this one and Love and Bastani have
Another
rosewater and saffron, but they're two completely different
totally
experiences.
different. Totally different. Let me. Oh yeah, absolutely. So, does it resemble raspberry jam donut from Bath and Body Works?
I mean, I've never smelled that, but I'm going to assume no.
Roses are usually hot with skinny waist. Listen. So, I do find this a comfort scent to my nose. Like you said, maybe you go out with a love interest, your spouse, a girl you like on a date, and you're having a a Persian donut, as you were saying, and as far as the rose, because that's really what's dominating me right now is
Mhm.
the rose water.
Mhm.
Um,
So
how
one
is
of the
that
things you
together?
asked me, sorry, one of the things you
Well,
had asked me about Love and Bastanie is does it kind of stay the same or does it transition?
does it evolve?
Does it evolve? This one I think evolves more.
Okay,
You'll open up with kind of that warm, comforting, and as it dries down, the spices start to come out, and
beautiful.
so I think that's why it works so well as this date night fragrance, where first things are just nice and comforting, and then things start to get a little bit more.
Cozy, a
There you go.
little, yeah, yeah. I can see that 100%. I can see it 100%. I'm gonna say no. It doesn't resemble the raspberry jam donut. Yeah, I could be wrong, but
But I am interested in this raspberry jam
I,
donut.
I like the idea of the donut. So I didn't want to. So now I'm gonna bring up. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna bring this up. I always try to be fair
Mhm.
and honest and subjective without kind of getting anything
Sure,
throwing me off or because then you read something and you hold on to it and you
of
go, that's
course,
what it
yeah.
is. So a captivating blend of contrast. So we're gonna read this right now for those Persian saffron syrup. Caress the rich golden temptation of fried dough, enticing you into its seductive embrace. I think execution wise, you nailed it 100%. Um, here's the story now. Two outsiders together. Their first bite to the Valentine's Day when they see. It's kind of funny because I think of Rose, I think of Valentine's Day,
Mhm.
I think of anniversaries, I think of special occasions with a loved one, with your spouse. So I could totally see this. The first bite on that fateful night, absolutely. One taste was never enough. Okay, well, I like it a lot, man.
So if we
I
bring up that other picture
Yeah,
bottle with
of
the
the
different
box.
things. Now let's do the one with the different things behind the bottle. There we
Yes,
go. So the one that looks kind of like a what do you call it? Those
this
yeah, that thing.
the donut, right? That's like a fried. It looks like a what is that?
So the round ones, that's the Bamieh. And
Okay,
that's the softer one, the warmer one. And then the other one is the Zoolbia. The one I don't know. I'm trying to think of an American thing that it looks like, and I forgot what it's called. The one that they put powder on at the state fairs.
the elephant ear, right?
Well, I've never called it that, but
We call it an elephant ear.
okay.
Or what is it? What do you call it?
I can't think of the word.
The cat got fat from eating the Persian donuts. But you're right. So I was it is, it's kind of like a buttery fried dough at the fair, 1,000%. And that's kind of what I was getting. Fry bread. I get well, yeah, that's a simple, it's just fried bread,
Funnel
right?
cake. That's what I'm trying to
Funnel
think
cake. Funnel
of.
cake. Thank you. Thank you.
So it
At
looks
the end
kind
of
of
the
like a
day,
funnel cake. It's not, but that's
yeah, this does kind of look like a funnel
so
cake,
that's
doesn't
the
it?
Zoolbia.
That looks good. It looks very sweet.
It is, yeah.
Elephant ear is correct. Thank you, Karen. Um, Jad says I've had the dessert before. Very sweet, soft, but a kind of crunchy texture. It's the kind of dessert if you eat a lot, you'll feel sick. The syrup is sugar dissolved in rose water. I've never ingested rose water, any like rose water. Like I said, Julissa had a setting
Right.
spray that was rose water. So right off the top, I go, "Oh, I know this scent." Like it's a very soft, kind of delicate rose.
Right. Empty
Nothing.
sense is right. So Indian culture, they have the jalebi, which tastes very similar. I don't know if they're made exactly the same, but I've had them both, and they taste very similar. So
I really wish I could have Kunnelfe, correct. I really wish I could try these, like the actual, you
well,
know, the
you just have to
desserts, because I feel like I'd really be able to appreciate it more
You
and
know what? This one,
understand.
so the ice cream you can order too, but I told you they have like, I think it was like 80 quarts or something. Was
Yeah, I don't want to order 80 quarts or something. I don't know if I'm gonna like.
Zoolbia and Bamieh you can order. It's kind of expensive shipping, but it's not, you don't have to order a lot. So if you're
Right.
not planning to go to a Persian restaurant in Chicago, you could at least get the Zoolbia and Bamieh. I'll send you a link for that. So if you want to order it, you can. I ended up sending a ton of boxes to my perfumer because the place that she wasn't able to go to the restaurant at the time that just the schedule wasn't working out. So I ended up ordering a bunch and sending it to her. And what can I say? She did it. She did it.
I love it. I love it. So I'm really enjoying this right now. So right now, the rose is kind of simmering down, and it's getting a little more rich on my skin. You know, I'm starting to get that the sweetness. The sweetness is coming through at the moment. So I'm looking at this. Okay, obviously rose petals, correct?
Right.
A side by side. This really is a great representation. Because on
Yeah,
my
the thing that I
skin,
struggled with getting a picture of was the saffron syrup. So I decided, let me just take a picture of the Zoolbia and put it there.
in between. Yeah, why not? Why not? But I like this because it's straight to the point, and you know what to expect by looking at it. You know, here's what you're smelling essentially.
Mhm.
I think, and I like that. It makes it easy for everyone. Jad says different cultures switch the spices used in the making. Us Arabs would put us Arabs, excuse me, pulverized pistachios. God bless me. This is excellent. This is excellent. Like
Thank you. I appreciate that.
you guys did a great job on this.
Appreciate
You
that.
guys did a great job on this. Um, I I think I like it more than the first because there's something there's like I said, there's a comfort like a comforting thing about it to my nose, and I want to say it's that rose water. Maybe it's a scent memory that I developed with like Julissa. You know, maybe I'm tapping into something personal in my life that I enjoyed, but
Sure.
um
Yeah.
I like
So
that. I like the opening of this. Really like
So for everyone watching,
great.
yesterday was the start of Madye Zorem Gahambar, which is the first of 6 seasonal festivals in Persian culture. And the holiday goes from April 30th to May 4th. So the holiday celebrates the creation of the heavens and the sky. And for everyone watching this and everyone else, from April 30th to May 4th, I have a code. The code is Sky20, and that'll get you $20 off a full bottle of Zoolbia and Bamieh.
It's perfect. If you guys look in the chat, I have it pinned. It will take you to the website. I also there are samples available if you guys want to try it, but Sky20 is the code you want to use. Hashtag Sky20. That's right, Jed. That's right. Um, man, I'm really happy with this. I think you really did a great job.
And I don't want to dwell. We've all heard about the tariffs and stuff. I don't want to dwell on that.
It's a real thing,
Tariffs
man.
are causing all kinds of problems for this industry. So I will say sales are not going to be a lot this year. This is a good time to get it on sale. We
Yeah.
might have a similar sale when we start trying to sell off the old labels, but it won't be more than this. So definitely get in on this while it's available.
You know, I see so many people, you know, not to go off topic, but it's true. If you're gonna do it now. Long story short, um, damn, you know, we never know what the future will bring. So
Yeah.
tell me, what are your predictions on this one, Jason? What do you think?
I mean, once again, it's really been popular.
Yeah,
Whenever I create one of these fragrances, my only fear, I mean, obviously I want it to be successful, but my only fear is how will the Persians respond because it's based on a
right,
Persian thing.
right. Your
So far,
targeted
the
audience,
Persians love
yeah,
it. They say it's on point, and to me, that's the most important thing. Second, maybe first or second to success,
right.
and it's been doing really well. People really enjoy the fragrance, so that's good. One thing I have to say is people love to gatekeep because I know how many people are buying it and I know what people are telling me that they love it, but they're gatekeeping it. So I would appreciate you all, the Cannoli Mafia, when you all support me, let them know that one of your
Spread the
own
word.
friends and let them know that you love it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, for those that are here watching right now, I give it the cannoli seal of approval 100%. Both of your fragrances I think are fantastic, and I'm really impressed with this one. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to spoil anything. I went into it blind, and yeah, man, great job.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm what are the yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like making a cannoli fragrance and being nervous. What are the Italians gonna say, right? They know,
Persians
right?
love it, so I already know the Persians love it
Well, that's a win right there. You know what I mean?
for
So
sure.
I'm sure for a lot of people there's something nostalgic there, right?
Yeah,
It's going to tap into something special that they're familiar with, and that's what's great about fragrance, right? And it lets people that haven't experienced that experience it for the first time, spark your curiosity. Well, maybe I want to try some Persian ice cream. You know what I mean? Like maybe I want to
for
get
sure.
look more into this. You got to be adventurous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I have a feeling, here's what I like about your fragrances. They're strong
Mhm.
without being like headache inducing, because a lot of people complain about, skin scents, and we all have different skin chemistry and whatnot. But, even going here,
Mhm.
I can smell it.
Mhm.
I can smell it radiating off of my skin. So I'm picking up on all of the notes. It's very nice. On my skin, it's soft, it's sweet. There's that nice rose water, like floral that's going on there, and it's just very enjoyable. I'm excited to see what it's like in maybe an hour when it dries down
Yeah, for sure.
and see how it evolves. But first impressions, I think it's excellent, man. I'd
Thank you. That makes my day.
seriously, I'd give this. My scale. People laugh at it, but I would give this probably like a 4.5. I'd say a 4.5 out of 5. I enjoy it. I definitely say pick it up. I was, I get nervous when it comes to rose because I just don't. I've been that way my whole life. Sometimes it just messes with my sinuses, but everything is really great. Um,
I'd imagine the rose water makes it kind of alleviates the intensity of the
correct,
rose.
correct.
Yeah,
That's probably the thing, right? The rose water kind of stops it from becoming that overwhelming just rose note that doesn't ever like vibe with me. But this is good. And I really feel like, as far as the memory involved, I think of Julissa and I think of her getting ready and doing her makeup. For some reason, it kind of taps into that scent memory. And she would, like, if it was real hot out, she'd spray like cooling spray on me, and it would be rose water. And you kind of feel it tingle for a few seconds, and it would refresh you. So I like that. I like that I have a personal, kind of unlocked a scent memory I didn't think
that's
mattered.
really cool. Yeah. So to
So
answer Jad's question without actually, unfortunately, answering him is those kind of things are secrets. So one of the things I really like the sort of like the imaginary notes. To me, that makes things way more interesting than just listing every little thing that's in there. It kind of takes away from the magic of it all. Uh,
mm,
I love the direction of this and I like leaning into the Persian language, and I like just putting the ideas of what this is out there. As far as what's behind it, ask a perfumer. But for me, we like to keep those things secret. It is Persian golab, Persian saffron syrup, and fried dough.
there you go. There you go. Well, Jason, congratulations. Um, you guys did a great job. Shout outs. Her name is slipping my mind, but you said her name earlier.
Holiday Dunlap Mwamba.
Beautiful name. Beautiful name. I'd love to try her other offerings and get to, get to know her art and her passion.
For sure.
I'm a fan of this, so I'm
I
actually
actually
pretty
have them.
excited.
You can see them right there.
And okay, so that's hers.
Top shelf. I got her up there. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, I think you guys did an amazing job. And man, I wouldn't be nervous about if this one's going to be good enough or if people are going to like it.
For sure.
Um, I think you executed this quite well, man. You
Thank
did a
you.
great job. I'm a big fan. I think I'm going to wear this weekend, see how it does. Maybe go out and see what the people think. That'd be a lot of fun.
For sure.
So,
Thank you again for having me on. I really
of
appreciate it.
course, of
And
course,
who
I
knows, maybe
enjoy
we'll do
making
another one
making content.
in June or July, perhaps.
Yeah, it'll come fast, man. You know, we just did a stream last week that I had a lot of fun with, and the one before that I thought was great. So, you know, I've this is probably the most we've gotten together and made content. So it's really
Yeah.
cool.
I feel like I used to appear a lot, but then life gets busy and
That's
it's been
just
a
how it
while. But
goes. That's
thank
just
you.
how it
Thank you
goes,
for
man.
having me. I always appreciate it, and more
Thank you, Jake.
fragrance streams in the future.
This is a fragrance stream. You know, this is a
Not only is
fragrance
this a
stream.
fragrance stream, but this is the first. This is a fragrance stream for the
Correct.
record.
Correct. So there you go. All right, man. Well, everyone, thank you guys for stopping by. And most importantly, Jason, thank you for sending me not only your fragrance, but the Zyrina. That was a lot of fun. I like doing first impressions. You don't know. You get the most honest, raw take, right? Instead of taking time and getting to know it. Just, I want to know right off the top, is this for me? Is it not? So, this was a lot of fun, man. I can't wait till we do this again. Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
we will see you guys on the next one. Be sure to check out Jason. You find him online. Where can they find you, Jason? Drop them all. Let them know.
Let's do this. You can follow me on Instagram at this. You can follow the Arshan Persia at this.
There we go.
And obviously the website is linked, and the code once again is Sky20. That'll be in the description. So that'll get you $20 off a full bottle. Get it now.
Get it now while it's on sale. Don't let it pass you by. Life's all about opportunities, Jason, even the ones you miss. There you
Yes.
go.
You got
Guys,
it.
take it easy. Thank you again, bud. See you later, guys.